Hey guys, we're back with another tutorial for Blender on liquid simulations. So let's get started. So we're going to have a cube in the center and we're going to go into front view and scale this up a little bit. Doesn't have to be huge, just enough for it to actually make sense. Scale along the Z. Bring it down a little bit. And that will be our domain. We're going to scale it up just a little bit more. Maybe scale along the Z. This is our domain. This is what is going to be keeping the fluid. So now we are going to create a cube, enter wireframe mode, and this cube is going to be our liquid. So let's move this up a little bit. Scale the liquid up a little bit. It doesn't really matter how much liquid you want. I mean, you can have a huge liquid. So now we're going to open our properties tab here, and we are going to go into active. We're going to hit fluid, and we're going to call this fluid. You don't need to do anything with these, but this one we do. So now we're going to click fluid for the domain and hit domain. We're going to set the final to 100 and the preview to 150. And set this to 2, fluid boundary, maybe give it a subdivision of 1. And now where we're going to save this, I want to save mine to my downloads, accept. Now we're going to hit bake, and I'll see you guys in a minute. This might take a while, so you never know. Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that, it took a while to bake. But we have finished baking, so let's find out what happened. Let's hit play. And that's our liquid. So it actually turned out really good. Yeah, I like that. It's pretty cool. So let's exit out of wireframe mode. And we are going to delete this cube that is here. It is not really supposed to be here. So as you can see, we have like grid squares along this. We are going to deal with that. So select the fluid, hit shading smooth in the toolbar, and it should look more like fluid now. So I like that. I think it's cool. So yeah. So now we're going to make it look more like water. Right now it's just like this weird gray fluid type color. So select it, go into Cycles Render, go into the material, use nodes, glass, and we're going to color this kind of a light blue, just light enough so it's not overwhelming. And we're going to change this lamp to a sun and direct it towards, rotate it towards the center. Make sure that's in there. Now whenever we go into rendered mode, we have more realistic looking liquid. So now what we can do to make this look a little better is put something behind it so there's not all these little white dots. So go back into the solid mode, take the lamp, bring it back a little bit, and then what we're going to do is we're going to position the camera real quick so we don't have to do that later. Hit Control Alt 0 on the number pad. And G, G, just enough so you can see it. Okay, so now we are going to create a plane. We're going to drag this down just under it. We're going to scale it up. And now we are going to tab into edit mode. And we are going to select these two vertices. We're going to extrude them like so. If they're not straight, undo it and extrude along the Z axis, and it should be straight this time. Now all you have to do is push it back. So now you have this like background, so you don't see the world. Maybe we should move the camera. Maybe we should. So now we're gonna go back. We're gonna select the plane, and we are going to go into modifiers. Whoa, modifiers, and add a subdivision surface, and bring it to about 6. So it's this nice rounded background. Now select the fluid, bring it up a little bit. Yeah, like that. So now whenever you enter the camera, it looks like this. I know it's really fun to watch, that's why I'm watching it. Anyways, let's get back to what we were doing. Right here, this plane, you can really make it whatever color you want. I'm just gonna leave it that color. So let's finish up with the fluid. We need to check the lamp and rendered. So go into rendered. So it's kind of dark. So we probably need to move the sun around just to make it less light. So bring the sun up, bring it over a little bit, rotate it. Until it's kind of down where you want it. You might have to enter front view. Rotate it. And yeah. So now whenever we enter rendered, it looks a little bit better. So now we're going to go back into solid, and we are going to shift D this, bring it over here. We're rotating it just a little bit, front view, top view, sorry. And point it in there. It might take a little bit of fiddling with to get it to go the way you want it. But eventually you can get it there. So now if we go into rendered, you should see a better view of the liquid. So now we're going to reposition our camera because I don't really like the place that it's in. What if we did something like this? The number pad, grab the camera, G, middle mouse button, bring it out a little bit, bring it up just a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the fluid. Now we're going to scale this just a little bit more. And we are almost finished. As you can see, we have a nice fluid simulation. Now all we have to do is render this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go save it wherever you want. It doesn't matter what file. I'm just going to save mine to the downloads, accept. And we want this to be a QuickTime and hit animation. And once it comes out, you can go into your downloads or wherever you've saved it and play the video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time on the next Blender tutorial.